Good morning, Immanuel family. As Christy just said, my name is Ben Ondo, and I'm up here this morning as a member of our elder team, which you can see I've been flanked by 4 really good-looking guys. It makes me look better, and I'm all good with that. This is Sam Taylor, Jeff Rector, Joe Borman, and Don Tremper. Hopefully, if you don't know who we are, this puts a face with a name. We'd like to take a couple of minutes here and just kind of have a family meeting. We are coming up on the first anniversary of Accelerate, which you can see on the screen. And to review, Accelerate is a 2-year initiative focused on increasing the level of generosity at Immanuel so we can best be engaged locally and internationally in the work God has for us. Essentially, Accelerate is the name of our 2-year spending plan. It covers our operational expenses, getting the lights on, getting the heat on. It covers local outreach, world outreach, whatever it is we spend money on, it's called Accelerate for these 2 years. The goals of Accelerate is to build momentum for the future by accelerating payments on our mortgage to sooner free up resources for the greater things God is calling us to be involved in. It's also to increase mobility here in Lake County through Immanuel Church Unleashed, mobile versions of Alpha and the parenting course, along with strengthening our resources to handle significant growth here in Alpha right here on our campus. We're also looking to engage movement in the world by helping to fund the projects of our existing missionaries, training the next generation as they consider missions, supporting Philippine nationals as they go out as missionaries to other countries, and partnering with Bright Hope to rescue women from the sex trafficking industry in India. The Accelerate journey began in late 2011 after the elders were impressed with the need to consider raising financial generosity and accelerating our mortgage reduction. So after a month of regular prayer and fasting, we really felt that this was something God called us to. So we planned, we prepared, and last December we launched Accelerate and began this journey of increasing the level of generosity at Immanuel. And in that time, we have seen 90-plus givers begin giving for the first time. 220-plus givers significantly increase their giving. Our mortgage rate reset this year, and our payment of interest and principal flipped so that our monthly payment of $18,677 began to be $13,101 going on our principal and $5,576 going on interest. So those did this past May. And we were fully funded throughout the entire 2012-2013 fiscal year. Along with that launch, we made a couple of other changes. So we moved to what we call a one fund approach, which is all of the money goes in one bucket for financing ministry, rather than in the past where we've had separate smaller buckets for world outreach and other things. We put it all together. We also did something where we decided to discontinue offering envelopes that we were mailing out to individual givers. Now, over the course of this year, a couple things have become clear. We did a few too many things at one time, and our communication and follow-up, particularly in the beginning of the Accelerate initiative, really was not very good. And for that, we would like to apologize. We never had any desire to make what we believe would be a huge growth step for us as a family to be so confusing. So, year 2, you can count on a whole lot more communication from us. You'll be hearing it from here and in the Immanuel Life. You'll see it in email. You'll see it in blog posts. We will make sure the word is out as to what's going on and how we're doing. Also, we've brought back giving envelopes. There's a sample here on the screen, and you'll see that it's got 3 lines on it. One to Accelerate, one to our Life Care initiative that helps us to provide for needs here in our church family as well as those in the community, and an other line. Now, obviously, there's some choice, but we are hoping that you will continue to give to Accelerate so that we can keep ourselves fully funded for regular ministry. And as the money comes in that exceeds our regular needs, we can give to some of the Accelerate initiatives I mentioned right a moment ago. That all being said, we find ourselves in the midst of a journey that we still believe God is calling us to join Him on that journey. God is up to something good here on our campus and in our cities and in our world. We strongly believe that he is calling us as individuals and as a church to step up, and to step out in ways that we may have never considered before. As we've been looking at being fully devoted disciples, and Christy just mentioned, we've now come to the fifth descriptor of generosity. We believe God expects no less from us in this category than any other. We ended the 2012-2013 fiscal year with a surplus of $17,500. And so, to follow the Accelerate initiative, we have made an extra principal payment to the mortgage of $14,000 and put $1,750 locally into Alpha Ministry, and then also $1,750 globally into a special project in the Philippines. As we look to the greater things that God has in store for us, we're going to do something we've never done before. And we're going to do it on November 24th. That Sunday is our Thanksgiving service. And if you've ever been here before, you know it's one of the best ones of the year. We take the entire morning. Joe kind of walks us through and MCs, but we just share with each other the stories of what God has done for the last year. It is a service not to be missed. And on that morning, just a month from now, we are going to take the entire offering of that morning and give it towards Accelerate Initiative priorities. None of the offering on the 24th will be used for operational expenses. Our plan is to take the entire offering, 80% of which will go towards a mortgage principal reduction payment, 10% which will go towards local ministry in the area by purchasing and supporting micro-alphas, alphas that are done as a small group inside someone's home rather than here on a campus. And 10% will go towards global ministry to assist Bright Hope's anti-human trafficking work in India. Again, none of that morning's offering will go towards operational expenses. It all goes towards Accelerate initiatives. We'd also like to set a challenge goal of $75,000 for that morning. That would be the greatest single Sunday offering that Immanuel has ever received. I hope that you can see this is going to be a step of faith for all of us. And this may be a little pastoral at the moment, but I need to encourage you to know that we're going to need you to keep giving before the 24th and after the 24th, or we're going to be in a whole heap of hurt. But I really hope that you can see, we are hoping that you can see that God can do something miraculous that morning. In God's economy, $75,000 isn't very big. In mine, it's huge, which is why I need him. But I'm hoping that you catch that vision with us, that we're not only hoping that God's going to do something incredible on that Sunday or in the second year of Accelerate, but in the years and the decades to come, as God builds his kingdom and he allows Immanuel to be a part of it. In 2 weeks, Immanuel Church will turn 118. 2 weeks after that will be our 2013 Thanksgiving service. Would it not be an excellent time here at the beginning of our 119th year to step up and step out in our gratitude and thanksgiving by trusting him to do mighty things with his resources that he shares with us? I think I've mentioned before, I've lived a lot of the last 5 years inside of Ephesians 2:10, and I've wrestled with these questions. Who is God? Who am I? And what does he want to do through me? Ephesians 2:10 says, "For we are his workmanship," or some versions say handiwork or masterpiece, "created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them." God is our creator and provider. We are each a one-of-a-kind work of art. And he has prepared works, and good ones at that, for us to walk in. So I hope that you'll catch the vision, that you'll walk with us on this journey, and that together, not only will we just accelerate our generosity, but we will be able to accelerate what God's calling us to do. That is what we desire for you as your elders. It's what we desire for our church, to be engaged in what God has. If you have questions, please make contact with us. Our email addresses should be in the iLife this morning. We would love to hear from you if there's anything that we can answer.